Morning, Steve Fried in Chicago with the morning grain comments. So we certainly had an interesting day yesterday in the markets. We saw beans rally through some key resistance level, triggering some short covering by the funds. The initial rally was linked to the fact that the Brazil trucker strike was continuing and beginning to raise fears of lower fuel availability domestically and, more importantly, the supply of beans to the exporters. Then we had some talk about how the U.S. cold weather was slowing beans to the Gulf and helping nearby inverses in the cash market. And finally, we had some talk that the funds just kind of blew out of some of their short positions at some key areas, had a kind of a breakout technically. Then during the session, we saw some reports that the Brazil government was going to court to see if they could have judges rule to stop the strike. And the market broke off its highs. Corn and wheat is kind of following the beans yesterday. Corn market actually closed a little bit lower on the day when the beans broke from their highs, and the wheat also closed about unchanged to a little bit higher. Over in the wheat market, we did see that Egypt came in and bought 290,000 tons of U.S. wheat using the credit that was offered to them, and had a little impact on Kansas City wheat since they bought hard red winter wheat. So this morning, beans are a little bit lower, corn and wheat's about unchanged. Outside markets, the dollar's a little bit lower. And I think we're watching Brazil to see how soon this trucker strike is going to be resolved. And I think once that happens, you might see the bean market set back a little bit and take a little bit off its rally from yesterday. As far as corn is concerned, we're going to be watching the weather. We also note that U.S. Next week will start surveying farmers to see what kind of acres they're going to plant in 2015. And right now it seems like the USDA numbers show a little bit lower corn acres and at least in their outlook, lower bean acres than what people had thought. So maybe the USDA is anticipating that prices are going to break and farmers may not plant as many beans. Right now, the bean price for new crop is high and sending maybe a message to farmers to plant more bean acres than what the USDA said in their outlook conference. So again, beans a little bit lower, watching the Brazil trucker strike, watching the money flow, and going over the next 30 days through a time period in which new news is probably a little slow. We did note yesterday that at the rally of the highs, the U.S. farmer was a big seller of both 14 and 15 soybeans. As always, these thoughts are mine and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.